Hey, there's God here, and it's time to talk about something anime adjacent a bit. Avatar: The Last Airbender. If you haven't watched it, do yourself a favor and watch it. The original cartoon first. I know if you're into anime, you probably know about Avatar, or maybe Avatar is the only thing you know and you never got into anime. I think Avatar is one of the best cartoons ever in general, and the story itself is just simply amazing. Kind of had lightning in a bottle there with Avatar: The Last Airbender, not the blue people. But now we have the remake for from Netflix, and we also had the M. Night Shyamalan, whatever his name is, movie, which we don't talk about. That movie is an atrocity. No, that movie is bad. If you're gonna watch anything Avatar, no, not that movie. Please, at least this. But with the Netflix adaptation here, I don't know. I think it's both bad and good at the same time, but more aptly how I describe it is bad with good moments. Like, it has a lot of good moments, but they changed way too many things, they condensed way too many things. I think 10 episodes would have been better, 12 would have been amazing if they had 12 episodes, but 8 is just not enough. They combined way too many things, way too many storylines. They tried to add too many things also from book 2 just to get to that point. Now, besides the pacing being rushed and too many things being condensed, I think the biggest problem overall for it is how characters just kind of talk at you, talk to you, like telling you what they're feeling, how they're feeling, what they're gonna do, everything. You don't really get engaged, so to say, like pick up nuances, pick up if you pay attention, hey, this happened, if I pay attention to this character is thinking to himself because of this happened. Getting a bit more immersed into the story. You just get blank and straight in your face, hey, I'm thinking about this, I'm gonna do this because of this. They explain literally everything to you, and probably the worst offender for this was Gran in episode 1. Episode 1 is the worst, honestly. Now, they changed some characters, some plot points. You also see the flashback starts a bit with how the air nomads were killed there. I don't know, I kind of liked it how they did it in the cartoon more, just showing the aftermath for Aang. But okay, that's fine. They went with a more serious tone, it should be its own thing. That's great, I'm fine for the flashback. But the biggest problem I had at the start was the reason why Aang ran away. Here is kind of portrayed, he just went on to settle his thoughts, think about things, and so on. But in the cartoon, he ran away from responsibility. He ran away from the weight of the pressure of being the avatar, the reveal, everything, all of that meant. He made that decision to run away. Now, in the end, both things have the same results. He runs away, Fire Nation attacks, a lot of people die, then he blames himself, people blame him. But he wouldn't have been able to help either. If he stayed, he would have probably died. But this is why I think Netflix has a major problem with a lot of the things they do. They want every character to be perfect, have no flaws, or every excuse possible for all of the bad or wrong decisions they do. Now, growing as a character, being flawed, making wrong choices is much better than being perfect. You're the definition of perfection, or there's an excuse for everything that you do. And that him running away from there, it's very important for the core story and characters of Avatar. Unfortunately, there are a lot of instances like this. Sokka, then after that we have him. He's okay. Sokka, the dialogue and the writing is not that good. Some of the humor doesn't really land. People don't really talk like that, but removing him being sexist there and getting humbled was very important. But here they kind of did it, they removed it, but they went with it in another way. And when he met Suki on the island, she just wanted to hump him instantly. Like, hey, he's the first boy I see, I want to hump him instantly. There Suki looked great. Speaking about looking great, the makeup, the sets, the costumes looked pretty good there. The CGI is actually really good, except some instances. Sometimes they use CGI on faces for Aang, takes you out quite a lot, and the water bending is probably the weakest. Like, it's like they're fighting with water pistol. It's just splashing water. It doesn't have any weight behind it. I don't know. Fire looks great. Earth looks great. Air looks great. Water, when they're using eyes, is better, but just, hey, I'm gonna splash water on you. I think they did water bending dirty with the CGI. Too much exposition, like I said. Some acting is not that good. Katara, I think, is probably the weakest out of the main three. Sokka, I grew to like him. He has his moment. The actor did a pretty good job with what he was given, and I don't know, he feels older than the other two, than Katara and Aang. Gave me those vibes like, hello, fellow kids, a bit from him. But he grew on me. Suki, like I said, looked great. But the problem is, like, a lot of things happen off screen, like their relationship, their friendship, the adventures they go on. They removed a lot of them. They combined some of them, the tunnels, their Omashu, everything, Jet, the machinist. I think, what was it, episode 4? I think episode 4 is probably the worst. With this one, episode 1 is the worst, getting you into it. So you don't really feel like they're friends, like they spend a lot of time together, or they work together, they bonded together there. Katara doesn't have that, I don't know, how should I put this, love for others. She was kind of like a mother for them in the anime at the start, which was very fitting for them. Sokka had a lot of complex with him, comparing himself with benders, him not being a bender, that Aang still wanting to run away from responsibility. You don't see those nuances there, and it kind of takes away a bit from their character development. But also on the good sides, I have to give them, I think Iroh was great. The actor that played Iroh was awesome. I do have one problem with Iroh we're gonna get later, a bit towards the ending. Zuko, probably the standouts were Iroh, Zuko, the guy that played Zuko did awesome, and the guy that played Ozai, Daniel Day Kim, amazing. And I kind of like seeing more of Ozai as compared to the cartoon. Like, it's not all flaws, like that's what I'm saying, it's kind of bad and good at the same time. It does good things and bad things. Maybe if they had more time, would have been more into the good side, but I liked seeing Ozai more. He looked great, intimidating. You see him being a complete asshole. Zhao was also great. They kind of made him a bit more rat-like, scummy, a snake, manipulating, and behind the scenes there. Zuko, probably, I think episode 6 was the best in the entire season 1 here. Was the Blue Spirit episode there. I liked the conversation between Zuko and Aang. They made it a bit longer. I liked the flashbacks looked great there. But my favorite change they did in the entire series is giving Zuko's men a reason to care for him. Like, you see the plan in the flashback with Ozai being willing to sacrifice the 41st Division, and he was opposing that plan. Hey, there are soldiers who care for them. Humanized him quite a lot and made Ozai even more of an asshole. This is why I really like that. But then they changed it. They made this change addition. This is how you do good changes. The people kind of didn't like Zuko. They didn't understand why is he always in tantrum. Why is he always an asshole? He has a lot of rage inside him. Like, Zuko is probably the best character in Avatar along with Iroh, and their relationship is amazing. You can even say the story revolves a bit more around them than Aang majority of the time. But here, the reason they gave the men, they finally revealed that Zuko's men are that 41st Division. He saved their lives when Ozai just take them with you, go away, do whatever, they're not worth it. And they finally understood, and that actually made me a bit emotional. I really like that scene quite a lot there. That's why episode 6 probably overall the best. And then we get to more good things. We had Ko. Actually, they did a great job with Ko, the face stealer in the spirit world there. What I didn't like was what they did with Iroh. Iroh's great, actor was great, dynamic between his dummy great, but they removed something very important in the last few episodes, or last episode, when we have the big battle towards the end. We have Zhao killing the moon spirit to stop the benders, then having Yue, that wig, man, I forgot about that wig, but Yue having to sacrifice herself to give back the energy. Iroh was the one that helped them, gave them that advice, was there with them, but he doesn't do this in the show here, unfortunately. He just leaves away, and that was such a key moment for them, kind of bridging them together a bit more. Seeing war, fighting is not everything that you should do. Like, not every firebender is bad, not everything is bad at the same time, and I really don't like they remove that or change that there. Probably as bad as what they did with Aang in the first episode there. But after that, Alar, we have Paku versus Katara. She never really had that passion about her, like maybe a bit here towards the end, but we didn't really see her grow stronger throughout the series. She somehow towards the end is more powerful. This is why the pacing, and they needed a bit more episodes. The CGI looked great. The beast monster there with the ocean spirit getting angry looked really good. They left it for season 2, which I hope it gets a season 2. They have a lot of room for improvement. Oh yeah, Boomy, they also did Boomy kind of dirty. In the cartoon, he's a bit more like a mad genius. Here they just made him more mad and vengeful, like petty in a way. He's still mad, but in the cartoon you can feel he cares more about Aang than he showed here, and I like the cartoon version a lot more. But overall, if I had to score it, like, there's a lot more things I don't like, a few more things that I like, but I'm gonna give it like a 6 or something. Like, it's 100 times better than the movie. That movie is an atrocity. What they did with the first live action Avatar, it's so bad, that movie. It's not even funny, like, no. But the series has a lot of potential after season 1. They did some mistakes, bad choices, but they also did some good things, and I don't want to say I hate it, because I don't. I know there's different mediums. You can't do one-to-one, same thing you did in the cartoon, same thing you're gonna do in live action, but some things don't change so many character traits, plot points, try to shove so many things. Have more faith also in your audience, your viewers. Let them figure out, viewing between the lines, so to say, not just tell you everything, what's happening, what every character is feeling. More show, less tell, so to say. But would I like a season 2? Yes, definitely. They have a lot of room to grow. It can only go up. I can see them getting worse somehow, and book 2 and book 3 are better than book 1 even in the cartoon. But if this is the first time you're getting into anything Avatar, The Last Airbender related, please do yourself a favor, watch the cartoon first, then watch the live action. And I can be nitpicky about a lot of things, but like I said, there are different mediums. I still had some fun with it. Episode 6 was the best. Overall, yeah, they did a decent job. Not as good as the One Piece live action. That one, they actually kind of struggled with it. Sure, that one also has issues. I have my video out if you guys want to check that one. But this one, Avatar, is much better than the Cowboy Bebop live action adaptation they did. Much better than the Yu Hakusho live action adaptation they did. But not as good as the One Piece one. So I still recommend it, still had fun with it, room to grow. I'm curious what you guys think. I know it doesn't compare to the cartoon, trust me, I agree with you, but hey, at least it's not complete shit. And there are some good things into it. So let me know down in the comments below. Did you watch it? Are you going to watch it? And if you did, what do you think about it? And would you like a season 2? And please, please don't watch that movie. That movie doesn't exist. Again, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying anime, cartoon, games. Make sure to check out the podcast because anime links in the description. I'm gonna see you again on the next video. Bye bye.